Snail mail's the game.
Hey y'all, welcome back.
That's gonna leave a mark.
We are nearing the end of our journey here with Snail Mail. With the titular Snail character. Now I don't remember his name.
I'm a trailblazer.
I'm a trailblazer, he said. And I'm dead.
Allow 6 to 8 minutes for delivery.
I don't know how much you guys know about Black Friday. But Black Friday's the bee's knees, for lack of better words. Right now I'm playing on my 48.5-inch TV that I got for $200. And I mean, I had to wait outside for a very long time, probably, you know, six more hours. But it was worth it because I got this banging TV for $200. It has very large speakers on them, so they aren't like crappy television speakers that you normally get. They're actually good speakers. They're very bassy. Sometimes they're too bassy. And then it's a 4K TV, so that's cool. And it's a smart TV. And it has game mode. So, you know, that's the thing I definitely need in the TV is game mode. So I very highly recommend waiting in line on Black Friday for a television. Either if you don't have much money or if you have a lot of money, because you may be able to find some other, pretend you have the money for an expensive TV, you may be able to find, you know, a really big one for a good deal too. I think that's a thing. Big TVs too, bigger TVs. Oh, and I think so. But during that same year, they also had a 55-inch for $250, which I wanted. But I actually got in line the wrong day for that TV. But I'm actually happier with this one, just because of the fact that it has game mode. That would be an annoyance if it didn't. My buddy has a TV that doesn't have a game mode, and it's so laggy. They also make TVs just for Black Friday. Hence why I think they have bigger ones too. Yeah. So you can just get one of those. Totally worth the wait. Oh, come on.
Not cool.
Wait a minute, it didn't just kick me out, did it? Okay, good.
Snail mail, always on time.
I got a high score, apparently. Oh, no.
This is a job.
100 points. 200 points.
I'm gonna need a new shell. Whoa, dude! Somebody call for a delivery?
My Retron 5 ended up biting the dust.
New job.
So
Just try and stop me.
I've gone out and I've bought an NES. And there's a really cool mod for the NES. If you end up buying a normal one,
Snail mail's the game.
you can very easily take apart your NES and install this mod. So you know how I'm sure you all know how the NES had a flaw in it, in which the more you press down the cartridge, the more it would wear down on the pins, and that's what gave you the blinking light. And over time you wouldn't be able to play games as much. So somebody came out with a cartridge mod that all you have to do is slide in the cartridge. You don't even have to press it down. And it starts out tight, but it gets looser as time goes on. So
My shell.
it's been working out really well for me, actually. Been very reliable. I'm not afraid myself to put any of my carts in there. It doesn't scare me one bit.
Shell.
Um,
Time for some zoom zoom.
it's a nice little mod, real nice. And then I've been playing it on my CRT that I bought. I bought a brand new in box, just a little RCA purple CRT. You know, only has one. Only has check this out. See if this works. Ah, so close.
I can't get up. Watch out.
So, you know, that's how I want to play all my NES games anyway, is on a CRT. Something about NES on CRT makes so much more sense than NES on HD televisions. I played, what was it that I played that I really liked the way it looked? Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout. I thought that looked really cool on the CRT. That made me happy. So, you know, I think CRTs have their
This is not my
place
I feel the need for
for old school games. I think that Atari 2600 looks better on a CRT. I actually, so my 2600 is sort of a special case. So it normally outputs to RF, and you can buy an adapter so that it displays, so that it can be used on coaxial. It's just a simple adapter. They give you one in the box, but those ones go bad pretty easily. But it's basically just an RF to coaxial adapter. But what I suggest you do is not get the I suggest you get the adapter version that it goes from it's a tiny it's a tiny little adapter. The ones you buy that are bigger are a coaxial cord with composite on the end. But what you want, if you want the little one that is it's just a little tiny piece, and it goes from composite, which is the same size as RF. It goes from, composite RF to coaxial. But because the you don't want the other adapter though that is a coaxial cable with an adapter, because the coaxial is very prone to interference if the cable gets bent. So and I was able to force a very, very thick composite cable into the RF plug of the Atari, and I get a pretty, at least on my CRT, I get a pretty clean picture, all things considered, considering it's RF to coaxial. And of course, if you're TV sports coaxial, that it looks okay on the HD TV. It doesn't look great. But I decided I wanted to play mine almost exclusively on the CRT, so that's why I didn't get a modded one. And I wanted it to be the same. I wanted it to be the same aspect ratio as it was intended. Even if it is on the CRT, it's a slightly different aspect ratio if you have it modded for composite or HDMI. It changes it a little bit. So that was my thinking. Backwards venture. Okay, I'm gonna try really hard to be quiet so I can actually beat this.
Special delivery. Zippity doo dah, zippity yay. I'm gonna need a new shell. This is not my day.
I got this.
Snail mail's the game.
I got this. Oh man, did you see that save?
Ow. Speedy delivery.
Sweet. Oops. I got it. Look at that. I think we're at the end of this episode. I believe. So, I usually know how to end episodes of a long form video, but I have no idea how to end an episode like this, so, bye.